So 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. We'll have my first guest sitting next to me, good friend, Vanessa Lopez with St. Jude's Dream Home. We're going to take a selfie. There we go, Facebook Live. We got a selfie there to end up on St. Jude's Dream Home site later. And we're talking about the tickets for the Dream Home. It's a big chance to win, and we're going to talk about it live right on the radio.
Awesome.
So fun stuff. We'll be going live here in just a moment. We're in the Commerce Building. If you'd like to come by, check out our booth at Talkradio 1680 Kged. We'll be going live on 1680 in less than a minute. Stay with us right here on Facebook, and you'll be able to see the behind the scenes. They have several guests coming on the show today, Vanessa.
Exciting.
Fun stuff. She got lost. She was over by the cinnamon rolls. And
yeah, I kind of got pulled in that direction.
It was like a gravitational pull stopped her.
Yep.
As soon as you hit the Commerce Building, that's where you just gravitate to the cinnamon rolls.
My nose led me to the cinnamon rolls.
All right, we're getting close to starting on radio here.
All right.
We're still live here, Facebook fans. We'll be going live here on the radio just in a moment.
Nice day, too. Not too warm, huh?
Yeah. It should be. We'll hear music here shortly.
Okay.
Here we go.
From AM 1680, this is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza, the behind-the-scenes story of the business shakers and movers in the Valley and beyond. And now, here's your host, Lance Cardoza.
Hello, everybody. We're live out at the Big Fresno Fair. It's the 136th edition of the Big Fresno Fair. And Talk Radio 1680 KGED is broadcasting live from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. with my show Business Leaders Live in the Commerce Building. We'll be doing one more show tomorrow on Tuesday at 11:30 a.m., so make sure you join us tomorrow. You can catch past episodes of Business Leaders Live by going to lancecardoza.com and also checking us out on Facebook at Talk Radio 1680 KGED. My first guest today, live here in the Commerce Building at the Big Fresno Fair, Vanessa Lopez with the St. Jude Dream Home. How are you doing, Vanessa?
Better than I deserve. I'm doing really well. Thank you, Lance. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. I've had you on the program before. I'm very passionate about St. Jude's Dream Home, and I'm passionate because of pediatric cancer research and also what the hospital at St. Jude offer to our children. And I have seen personally local families, especially the Coolawine family, which really hit the home because I went to Hanford High School, Go Bull Pups, and the Coolawine family, Kevin Coolawine's daughter, was stricken with cancer, and that tugged on my heartstrings really big.
Sure.
And it did. So the St. Jude Dream Home, and this is a chance to win a beautiful home, but not only win a home, to be able to support St. Jude's and continue their cause. Talk to me a little bit about St. Jude and what it does for pediatric cancer.
Absolutely. So we opened our doors in 1962, and back in 62, the cancer survival rate was 20%. Today, because of campaigns similar to Dream Home and others across the nation, we're over 80% with our success rate with childhood cancer survival. So, again, these campaigns, such as Dream Home, 100% of the proceeds go back to the hospital to support the children, to support the research. The research that takes place at St. Jude is shared freely, not only on an international level, but on a national level and on a local level. So, for example, Children's Hospital or any hospital anywhere, we will share our research and our treatment plans freely so that a child doesn't necessarily have to leave home and leave their family behind.
They
can receive St. Jude's treatment plans here on the local level versus having to fly out to Memphis, leave their families behind. So it's dollars stay on the local level as well. The idea, again, is to end childhood cancer, and we will get there. We will not stop until no child dies from cancer.
Have you gone and seen St. Jude personally yourself?
I've seen it,
and I hear the stories. Yeah.
Oh, it's like no other. You know, one of the aspects that I enjoy the most, that I could truly appreciate about St. Jude, is that no family ever receives a bill for medical treatment, for transportation. Some of these children are again from out of state and are having to travel on a weekly basis for chemo. So we pay for the airfare, the travel, the food, the housing, and the treatment. So the focus is on the child living versus having to worry about drowning in medical bills, right? So.
And mom and dad, not only, I can only imagine, I've talked about it before, getting that information that your child is stricken with cancer and you have to move immediately and quick.
Absolutely.
And so much information is coming to you at once, and that's a lot to process as mom and dad, or sometimes a single family, a single parent, to be able to deal with that with the children. And maybe there's other children too that you don't want to leave them in the dark in this process. So what St. Jude does is amazing, and I support this cause wholeheartedly. The DeYoung family came to me years back, and it was Paula and Ryan DeYoung, and said, this is why we do it. And my first question was local. And how does it affect local? And they stood right up and answered that question to me, and I was amazed what it did for our community. And then when I saw a family friend from school, a community person in Hanford, and there was others, Visalia, and it's
all over the valley.
It's sad, and Cash, and he lost his battle, and it was it's hard to see, and you can only imagine if it was your child. So the reason we have the St. Jude Dream Home is another fundraising event to help support the hospital and the mission that the hospital set out with Danny Thomas put in place. So it's very important. And every chance I get on Business Leaders Live, I like to show support and bring someone on like Vanessa and talk about it. So it's time right now to really step up and be able to help a cause like this.
Most definitely.
And you would. And hopefully it's never hit your family, but you want to know that there's an organization like St. Jude in your corner to be able to help you through that, not only financially, but just the emotional level.
Absolutely.
And the expertise is such a big thing to a parent. How do they get a ticket to the Dream Home? The Dream Home is beautiful.
It is
from what I
a
understand.
gorgeous home built by DeYoung Properties. This is their 13th year supporting our cause. A few ways that you can reserve your ticket. The 800 number, 800-543-5887.
Give that number one more time. If someone's listening on the radio or you're watching on Facebook Live at Talkradio 1680 KGED, get your pen, get your pencil ready. You're going to want to write this number down, because today is the day you've got to get your ticket. Because if you don't, you might miss out on a shot on this beautiful home.
That's right.
And to be able to help this cause with St. Jude. So that number again is?
Yes, that number, 800-543-5887. Call now. Reserve your tickets. If you're looking for a cause to support, this is it. This is truly it.
And you didn't say ticket. You said tickets.
Tickets.
So you can get more than one ticket.
Most definitely.
And some of the winners over the years have purchased a group of tickets, and they bought them for their family members.
Yes,
and
it's a great gift.
It's always their ticket that happens to win. So it wasn't. Oh, sorry, Johnny. It wasn't you, but you were close. You can come visit.
Right. I have a guest room for you.
I've got a guest room for you. But buy multiple tickets, support St. Jude, and have a chance to win this beautiful home, the Dream Home at St. Jude.
And I think
David might have images of the Dream Home. Okay, we're showing some of those images at Facebook Live. So you can go to Talkradio 1680 KGED, and you can see the Dream Home. So 16 years St. Jude has had a Dream Home.
In this market.
13 years, DeYoung Properties has stepped up.
They have.
Pulled the trade partners together.
Raised over $11 million in 13 years. $11 million with their support and the support of all of our trade partners from Bosch, Train, Shaw Floors, Brizo, and tons of other local vendors as well that have helped support the cause and build Dream Home. So there is an open house. The last open house will take place this weekend, coming Saturday and Sunday. Stop by, visit the house. You can purchase your tickets from the home.
How do they find the home? They go to the website to give you all the details. And what are the website details?
Sure. So stjude.org will take you to the page where you'll scroll through the different markets, search Fresno. That'll take you straight to the Central Valley Dream Home campaign with all of the details on the home, the prizes that can be won, the 800 number, and the cause.
And you'll be able to, so when you go, you can't buy your ticket online, but to secure your tickets, you want to do it over the phone, and you want to call that number 1-800-543-5887.
Yep.
And they can call that number right now.
Yes.
And attendants are standing by, and they'll be able to purchase their ticket. And the ticket's $100. Is that right?
$100. I mean, gosh, what's $100? We spend, $100 on coffee for some of us each month? I mean, here's an opportunity to save a life, win a beautiful home, possibly, and other prizes. So call the 800 number. Visit one of our open houses this weekend, or any of our ticket outlets throughout town, from DeYoung Properties Welcome Centers, Noble Credit Union locations, and Fresno Coin Gallery, including Visalia for our South Valley families.
And that's Visalia for the Coin Gallery.
Yep, they have a Jewelry Moon in Visalia.
And you can walk indoors, and you can walk in and purchase your ticket right there. If you don't want to call the 800 number, and if you go to our Facebook, that 800 number is below. But you can always go to the website to get that 800 number.
You can.
And that's stjude.org. And you can search Fresno, and it'll have all the details about the dream home and about getting the ticket. Not only do you have a chance to win the dream home, but there's also other prizes.
There are other prizes. So we have prizes such as a trip to the Bahamas, a trip to Ensenada.
Wow.
Louis Vuittons.
Louis Vuitton bag?
Louis
I think
Vuitton,
Fresno
a
Coin
speedy,
Gallery has played a big role in that.
bag.
Wow.
There's a $1,000 gift card courtesy of Cotton Colors. A Great American Car Wash has an annual package for detailing and polishing and shining. There's an interior design package where someone will come and stage your home. There's tons of amazing prizes, but the greatest prize of all is saving a life.
Absolutely.
Truly, we've got kids from our valley.
Yeah.
Let's support them. That's what community does. That's what we're about, is supporting one another. And I know that when I last visited the hospital, and I shared with them that there is a community behind them, supporting them through their journey. I mean, you should see the hope in their eyes. It's unparalleled.
Vanessa Lopez, thank you for joining me right here at the Big Fresno Fair. Always appreciate you coming in. Thank you. Get your tickets now. Call that 800 number below. We'll be right back with more Business Leaders Live from the Big Fresno Fair. Don't go away. All right, thank you.
Right.
We got it. I'll make sure I'll send that, or I'll share it. If you go to Talkradio 1680, I'll make sure I share it for you.
When is the last day of the fair?
The 14th, next Monday.
Okay, Lance, I'm going to ask you for a huge favor.
Yes.
So if we can, what sells the house is seeing it,
Yeah.
If we can do a Facebook Live.
From the house. Yeah. Let's do it Wednesday. Can we do it Wednesday?
We can do Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Can you email Austin and ask what time works best, and we'll go out there?
Yes, I'd love to be there. Just give it that last time.
Yeah, let's walk through it and show it all.
Yes, I can call.
Yeah,
Thank you.
perfect. Good
so
seeing
much.
you. Yeah, for sure. Enjoy the fair. Let's do it. Email Austin, and I'll be there.
Have some flyers?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, ask. That's Guillermo's mom. Ask her.
Okay.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, just to talk to her. She's cool. Thank you. We need to get the next guest in. Have them set.
Always appreciate you coming in. Thank you. Get your ticket. This is Kevin.
It's Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin Tyler. Nice to meet you.
Good deal. We're going to be sitting on each other's lap in here.
All right, sounds good.
I want you a chair to buck you off. All right. And you're with Blue Shell.
We'll show you.
You did a tournament, I think, at Bitwise.
Yes, we've done a few there.
Yeah, I remember I was helping Talisha with some stuff one day, and
Yeah, we have our big SimCal stand-up, which is our big Central Valley tournament for fighting games.
Yeah.
Central Valley, we do that at Bitwise every year.
Okay, it was Street Fighter, I think. Was it Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember they had their control panels with them. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lot of that
cool.
out here right now, too, where we have some of our pros teaching some of the kids how to play, and we have a guy that makes custom Street Fighter arcade sticks that they can make with different button layouts, different,
you can customize your whole. Yeah, I was looking at some of them were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let us plug in and start playing.
Yeah. It's really awesome.
Very cool. We're going to go, so we have a full segment that'll start. It'll go probably about 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes. And we'll fit everything in. I think you guys had a big tournament on Saturday.
Yeah, and we have another one coming up this Saturday as well.
This Saturday, okay. So we'll talk about that and everything about your company and being here at the fair. And it's Kevin, what was your last name?
Tyler, Tyler.
Okay, Kevin Tyler. Blue Shell Gaming.
Yes.
Perfect. And we're live on Facebook, too, the whole time. Yeah, so we always keep in mind we're always live.
All right.
And the website?
BlueShellGaming.com.
Blue Shell Gaming. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Facebook, for joining us at Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Make sure you like us here on our Facebook page. And every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., I bring you Business Leaders Live. But this past week, we're live out at the Big Fresno Fair.
And check out Blue Shell Gaming on Facebook as well.
Yeah, there you go. Blue Shell Gaming.
Yeah, we have a pretty good following on our Facebook page. We do well. We post a lot of our new trade-ins and things that we get in the shop so people can know what to expect when they come to shop with us. And if they're looking for something special, they spot it on our Facebook page. They call us up.
Oh,
there it is.
We're going live. Stand by.
You are listening to Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza, the behind-the-scenes story of the business shakers and movers in the Valley and beyond. Once again, here's Lance Cardoza.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in the Commerce Building at the Big Fresno Fair, and I've had a lot of interviews here on Business Leaders Live, bringing you a special broadcast live from the Talk Radio 1680 KGED booth, and Business Leaders Live every day at 11:30 a.m. until tomorrow. We'll have our very last show live out here at the Big Fresno Fair. Kevin Tyler, welcome. You're with Blue Shell Gaming.
That's correct.
And you had a big event on Saturday and another big event on Saturday out here at the Big Fresno Fair.
Yeah, we're actually going to be live every day of the fair, doing free play, allowing kids to come and enjoy our immersive esports experience here at the fair. But we had a huge Smash Bros. Tournament this last Saturday. We had a great turnout for that. And then we have a Fortnite tournament coming up. 100 players is our cap. But we still have tons of room right now. It's a $15 buy-in, but there's a $1,000 prize pool for the top places in the Fortnite tournament. So it's going to be really big. Big
tournament. It's this Saturday at the Big Fresno Fair. So that's on the 12th.
Yes.
So on the 12th, that's getting close to the end of the fair. Monday, the 14th, it all wraps up. So you want to get that in. How do they get involved with that, Kevin? Fortnite, there's a lot of people very excited about that.
Yeah, they can go to our website, BlueShellGaming.com. There's a link on there, as well as our Facebook page on Facebook.com/BlueShellGaming. You click on the link, you can pay online to pre-register if you're not at the fair, so you can pre-register in advance so you don't have to come here an extra day. You could also register by going into one of our locations at Clovis or Madera, Blue Shell, or you can just come in and register on the spot. We're taking registrations every day of the fair, and also right up until the start of the tournament if we have room.
Yeah, if you have room. Or you come out and watch the tournament too, right? You come out and participate. Big Fresno Fair has so much going on.
Absolutely.
I would have never thought they'd have esports and gaming here, but they're always a little bit bigger, a little bit better every time, and they bring you all the cool stuff. I mean, everything is happening here at the Big Fresno Fair.
Absolutely.
Kevin, how did you get involved with gaming, and how did this become a part of your career and your life?
Well, gaming's always been a passion for me. I love playing video games. I got to a point where I was collecting and constantly looking for new video games, and a good friend of mine, Rick, who had just started a small retail location selling video games, I used to buy and sell with him and trade and different things, and he was looking to expand his business and open up a bigger location, and then we ended up opening a second location out in Madera, and it's just turned into, from a passion of doing to a passion of helping others to find and discover the nostalgia of their video game past, or just something that they've loved. It's just such an interesting thing to see someone who played as a kid, who's now an adult, who has a job and has money and wants to then go back and rediscover the joy of playing games when they were younger.
And a little bit of, to go back and see. I think I played a game, my sister's Abe and Diablo and all sorts of these different games over the years.
Yeah.
And I remember I loved film and storyline and movie, and I saw gaming starting to go that way, and was really, you could be immersed in these games of story.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. Now I go back and look, and I'm lost. There's just so much, but you can go back to nostalgia, and you go back and see some of those games of the past.
What you find is characters throughout the years hold a special place in people's hearts. People like Mario, Sonic, even Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, and they played these games when they were younger, and now they have new releases of those characters, or they're even re-releasing newer versions of the older games so that people now can have a more high definition experience with a game they played on an older system, back in the day.
Or maybe their parents played it. Now they all can play as a family. Yeah, because a little throwback in there.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Even here at the fair, we have families coming into our esports experience, and the kids go straight to the Fortnite, and the parents go straight to the Nintendo to play the Mario. It's so funny because it's something for everybody. The whole family can come in and play a game that they remember or that they love or that they play on a regular basis, and so it's just really cool to see.
And you have two store locations with Blue Shell. One's in Madera and one's in Fresno or Clovis? Clovis. It's in Clovis, and they can go in and buy, trade.
Yeah, we do buy, sell, trade. You can trade in games towards other games. We have people that will trade in their new games to go back and play the old retro stuff, and we have people that will trade in all their retro stuff to play some of the newer current gen stuff. So we do it all. But we also offer a safe place for people to come in and trade their stuff. I know there's been issues in the past where people are worried about selling online and meeting people in a parking lot. And so we offer, try to offer the best value for people, but also we offer a safe place for them to come.
Safe place.
And then right next to us in our Clovis location, we have a place called Knockout Esports Arena, which is a part of our company. And we have a safe place for kids to come and interact and play in an esports environment where they can play competitively against each other, but also in a safe place with nobody mocking or making fun of or bullying or picking on. And then they can learn to also play better because we have pros that will come in and teach and help them grow their game. Absolutely. Coaching is a big part of, esports in itself is just like any other sport now, where people are looking at it like watching football or watching baseball or watching basketball. They're watching people play video games at a level where it's higher level than they are able to compete in themselves, but they also want to learn. We can all go out front and throw a football around, but if you have a Joe Montana throwing it to you, you're going to get better.
You're going to get better and better. So in this business always intrigues me because there's big sponsorship dollars. There's big conventions at the end of the year. There's always something. It's a growing and growing market. And what I find is there's a lot of pro players that this is their livelihood. This is their business.
Yeah, they make a lot of money on sponsorships from different companies, from different activewear. People, want to put their brand on them. And we've had sponsors that have come in and helped us here at the fair. We have a great company that actually is here in the Valley called Immerse. They do a VR experience. And so they're here doing a free VR demo as well. But they also have VR that they do birthday parties and different events and things like that here in the Valley. But then we had Pepsi come in, gave us drink sponsors. And, there's always sponsorships. There's always somebody who wants to attach themselves to that person who's coming up in the video game world.
It's a big business, and like I say, I'm always intrigued every time I look at it. So your company, Blue Shell Gaming, out here at the Big Fresno Fair, just had a tournament for Mario Smash Brothers, and there was a cash prize on Saturday, right?
Yeah, that was a $1,000 cash prize. Well, the winner won $600.
Wow.
Cash money.
Money. And so this Saturday is another big cash purse that you enter in for $15, and that's a Fortnite tournament. And they can go online to blueshellgaming.com to be able to enter that, register, or you can come out to the fair and do that as well.
We have registration going on right now.
And you're located where?
We're in the back of the Junior Exhibit Hall. Junior Exhibit Hall is the first exhibit hall to your right when you come in off Butler. In the back of the fair. but we're in the far back of the building. We're kind of dark back there. We turn the lights down and have other lights going just because you get those monitors. Kids want to really immerse themselves in the game. But we also have a vendor space too, so we have some stuff from Blue Shell. We do sell not just video games, but we sell toys, comic books, collectibles, cards, Funko Pops, all kinds of cool stuff. So we have a lot of that out there, so you can come see that. You can do the Immerse VR experience, and we have a couple other vendors that are selling items and different things like that as well.
So people on the radio, and you're listening, Immerse VR, so that's virtual reality, and you're immersed in the game, right?
Yeah.
You're in the game playing this virtual reality. You see those goggles that people wear, and you're seeing it like a 360 view, or I don't know what view it is, and you're able to move and interact live in the game.
Yeah, so the one they're doing now, it's you have two controller handles basically, but they move and interact with your hands, and they're like lightsabers in the game basically. And you have blocks coming towards you. There's a red lightsaber and a blue lightsaber, one in each hand, and you're trying to hit the blocks in whichever direction. It's like a 3D virtual reality Tetris with lightsabers. I mean, it's really cool.
Pretty wild, and that's their VR immersed experience over at Blue Shell Gaming right here at the Big Fresno Fair. When you come in the Butler entrance, they're to the right. In the back of the building, they're in the junior exhibit building, and you can go back in there and be able to check it all out.
And it's all free to play. The tournament's the only thing that has a cost to it, but even during the tournament, we'll still have free to play section. We'll have games for retro games and other stuff for people to just to sit down and play.
And you have a chance to win a big cash prize.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be fun. That's coming up this Saturday, the 12th, here at the Big Fresno Fair. Kevin, talk to me about, there's a game that my family used to play all the time. It was Wii Sports. Oh, gosh, we loved Wii Sports. We'd play golf, and we'd play tennis, and it was violent.
The bowling.
Bowling. Oh, bowling. I forgot. So, yeah, we played that game. I mean, we wore that thing out. Where is Wii still out there?
We still sell them in our store, so you can come get them.
And you can get Wii Sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
You heard it right here on Business Leaders Live. If you were in love with Wii Sports, which my family was, you can get that from Blue Shell and go out there and get a little bit of nostalgia.
I threw my arm out one time playing bowling because I was trying to throw the ball so hard. I think I popped my shoulder out.
My one daughter, my youngest one, well, both of them, they would get wild with it, but they put that little tether on the controller. So this thing, the whole controller is you would physically be moving, and it was one of the first things I think in gaming that was trying to get you to do that. Interactive, and every move you did, it was a move in the game, and they wouldn't put the little strap and tighten it on the wrist. So we almost lost a couple TVs that way.
There was numerous reports of people losing TVs to Wii remotes coming flying out of someone's hand, because when you're throwing a ball, you're expecting to release and let go, and if that tether isn't on your hand, the remote would be right through the screen. Absolutely.
So we never did that, but we came close. My youngest one, Zoe, would hit the wall and all over the place.
Well, it was interesting for me too, because I have two kids that are now in high school, and when we were playing the Wii, they were a little bit younger, but they were all jumping around playing when we first got it, and then I came in a few months later, and they were laying down on the couch with the remote, just kind of flicking it, just slightly flicking it, and I'm going like, that's not the point. Get up and move.
They outsmarted the game.
Yeah, they did.
They outsmarted the game quickly. I think we did that too. We cheated a little bit. They had a platform you could do the
balance board.
Yeah, you could the ski jump.
Yeah,
like you're in the Olympics, and that was a lot of fun watching the family do that. It was
even further now, like PlayStation 4 has a full VR headset now you can get, and they have handle deals, and you move around in the game just like, but it's all 3D now.
It's all 3D.
It's all, it's crazy.
Is that where the gaming industry is really rapidly moving? Is VR is a big piece of gaming?
It's hard to say. It's fun. It's definitely one of those things you pick up and you do and you enjoy it, but it's not competitive in the same way that a lot of regular sit down in front of a monitor gaming is. I don't feel that it's gonna. I feel it's very niche-y, and it's going to last for a little while, and then people are going to kind of move on from it. Because there's only so much you can do with it. And
there'll be something new around the corner.
Exactly. And then the higher definition and the better graphics and the more they want to do with gaming, it's really about the screen you're putting in front of you and the system you're putting in front of you, not the headset you're putting on your head.
Absolutely.
But it definitely adds a new layer of entertainment to gaming, which is never a bad thing.
So we're live in the Commerce Building with Business Leaders Live and with Kevin with Blue Shell. We're talking about the big gaming tournament this Saturday for Fortnite. You can go to Blue Shell Gaming or you can come out to the Big Fresno Fair. Is this the very first time, Kevin, that Blue Shell's been out here at the Big Fresno Fair?
This is the first time we're having any kind of gaming at the fair. So we're just so honored and blessed just as a company to be asked by the fair to come and run this tournament and run these events and be the first one to come out and do something like this. So it's a blessing for us just as a company to see that we've come far enough to where the Big Fresno Fair would come and say, hey, can you do some stuff for us? But also, it's the first, so it's a trial thing. So we're really wanting to make this really sing and pop so that next year we can have a bigger space and a bigger booth and we can have more tournaments and more events and just bring more people out. Just really, that's what it's all about.
Talk to this first year of you being out here, Kevin, with Blue Shell. Tell me, what has your experience been like with the Big Fresno Fair? Just with cleanliness and safe, what experience have you had?
The fair's been great. The people that we've worked with have been awesome. The only hiccup I think we've had, just is with like other vendors that have come in. They expected something different or they wanted a different amount of space, and you can't please everybody. And that's just, you learn that in business, and you just go, hey, this is what we have for you.
Yeah.
And we'd love for you to be a part of what we're doing. And if not, then, we understand.
Yeah.
We can move on. But the fair has been great. It's just one of those, they've gotten so much stuff for us so fast. Like they gave us pop sockets and T-shirts, and they were able to print stuff for us on the fly. And they gave us, special badges. And we were able to sell actually a gamer pass for like $38. That was a badge on a lanyard just like this. And gamers could get into every day of the fair for $38 by buying it through our store. So, it's just been a blast.
So they really worked with you and made it great.
Yeah.
Kevin, we're wrapping up on time for your segment. Yeah. We have also coming up with the Big Fresno Fair, possibly Lori King or someone with the fair is going to talk more about we got about one more week, one more week left of the Big Fresno Fair. But I want to remind people real quickly, they can enter that Fortnite gaming, come out and have fun, or just come experience it. Yeah. And you're located where, one more time?
We're in the Junior Exhibit Hall, back of the Junior Exhibit Hall, right off of the Butler entrance to the fair.
Perfect, and only $15 will get you into that tournament. You can play Fortnite. If you've never played Fortnite before, come check it out. Yeah. Blue Shell Gaming will show you what it's all about. You could win $1,000, yeah. Big Fresno Fair. We're live from the Commerce Building with Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Don't go away. More to come right here at Business Leaders Live. Kevin, thank you for being on my program.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back with more. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, Kim, thank you so much. I'll have to go by and check it out. Sounds pretty cool. Cool. You can catch it if you go to Talk Radio 1680 KGED. You can share it on your Facebook.
Oh, it'll be on.
It'll be on there. Or LanceCardoza.com. I've also shared it over there, too.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. So our next guest, I don't see her just yet, but I have plenty to talk about until she comes walking in. And hello, everybody on Facebook. You can see here Taja. Hi, Taja. How are you? Lori King. She's going to be what? 12:15. Ooh. Okay. So I'll fill the next segment. Yeah.
We could bring her early.
Oh, yeah, do that. So sort of work it with Willie. Do you have Willie's or Jose? Jose's in the studio. You can work it with him. Hey, guys, our Lori King, she was supposed to be here at 12. She might not be in it until 12:15. So I'll just ramble, talk about everything coming up here for the next week. But when she gets here, I'd like to take maybe an early break and keep her segment a little longer if possible. Does that work? Awesome. Thank you. So I'll ramble until...
and I'll do this, which means break.
Yeah, but how are you going to tell them?
I'll
just say, when I see Lori, when I see Lori King, I'll give you the sign off, Jose. And I'll just say, we'll be taking a short break, coming back with Lori King with the Big Fresno Fair.
Yeah.
And just go that way. And I'll just ramble till I see her. Yeah, then we'll go whatever the time is. We'll roll it all the way out.
Just give him a 30. Yeah, give him a 30-second close to the segment. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And when I take, we're going to do a short break. Yeah, give me the music, and I'll buffer out. 10 seconds to radio, Facebook Live.
Giving you the inside story of business leaders in the Valley and beyond. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me live out at the Big Fresno Fair, 136th edition of the Big Fresno Fair. That's right. It's been here for 136 years. It's beautiful. And if you've not been out to the Big Fresno Fair in a long time, I encourage you. And I tell people this all the time. If you haven't come out and take a look at what it looks like, and maybe you were here 20 years ago and you walked the fairgrounds, you're going to have a bit of nostalgia, but a little bit of shock and awe when you see certain areas. So just outside the Paul Theater, I remember as a young kindergartner, I would come from, it was Kit Carson School. I would come from Kit Carson School, and we'd come up and we would tour the Big Fresno Fair. And Mom, you remember this. I'd have a little sack lunch, and we'd sit on the grass area right where the fort and the big pirate ship is. That's right. If you haven't been here in a long time, there's a pirate ship in that courtyard area right behind the offices of the Big Fresno Fair. Used to be a lawn, and we'd sit there as kids and we'd have our lunch. So now to be able to see the schools come out and visit during the week, and they're having their lunches and seeing this beautiful crown jewel of the Big Fresno Fair, it brings back that little bit of a nostalgia. You remember certain things or certain places, or the horse races, or the entertainment at the Paul Theater, or just walking through the carnival area, or any of the exhibit buildings, the livestock area, and you have that little bite of nostalgia that gets you every time. I had on the second day, the first day of my interviews here at the Big Fresno Fair, I had the CEO of the Fresno Fair, John Alkire, that has done an amazing job in his leadership of bringing a great crew together to create a beautiful, safe fair for us all fairgoers for this 136th year of the Big Fresno Fair. On day two, I had JD himself, Jerry Dyer, came on the program. He talked about 40 years of being on the police force, or not being on the police force, but his participation in the fair, and he hasn't missed a Big Fresno Fair since. He wasn't even with the police force that many years, but he went on to tell me at the Chance and Butler Gate, at that area, if you remember, there was a big tunnel that used to go, and it might still be there, but a big tunnel went from a parking lot under the street there on Butler, I believe, and it would bring you into the fair on the south side of the Big Fresno Fair. That area right there, and that street, as a young cadet, Jerry Dyer was working at the Big Fresno Fair. So he's had 40 years that he hasn't missed the Big Fresno Fair. And this year, the Friends of the Fair and EECU, with their support, made a beautiful tribute to Jerry Dyer, former Fresno Police Chief Jerry Dyer, now running for mayor of Fresno. A beautiful tribute. It's called Iron Mountain, and you got to go out and see it. It's in the pavilion area, and the pavilion's beautiful, all four corners of the pavilion area. But Iron Mountain is pretty impressive. You got to go take a look at it. Beautiful art of metal welding. Everything is recycled, and it's beautiful. And the support of EECU and all of them have put it together. You got to go check Iron Mountain out tonight at the Paul Theater. It's Paul Anka. Talk about throwback nostalgia, and he'll be singing the Sinatra classics. We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break. When I come back, Lori King with the Big Fresno Fair will talk about Paul Anka and his Sinatra classics tonight here at the Big Fresno Fair, and much more that's all happening here at your Big Fresno Fair's 136th year edition. We'll be right back with more Business Leaders Live with Lori King with the Big Fresno Fair. Don't go away. All right, thank you. Hello. Hi. How are you?
How are you?
Good, good, good. I don't recognize you without a golf cart. There's a footrest right there, too. Yep, there you go. It's like, that thing will buck you off. Watch out.
Okay, is this live streaming too?
Yes, live streaming right now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be radio.
We're live streaming and we're on Facebook live streaming and then live on the radio here shortly. That's it. We cover all bases.
Do I put these on?
Yeah, go on.
Hey. Oh, okay.
I have info too. Is it the same stuff? Yeah. Yes, whenever you're ready to go. So tonight's Paul Anka.
Yes.
Sold out?
No.
No, still good. Still
Great
good.
seats left.
Awesome.
And he's singing Sinatra.
That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read that. 10 seconds.
You are listening to Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza, the behind-the-scenes story of the business shakers and movers in the Valley and beyond. Once again, here's Lance Cardoza.
Welcome back, everybody. We're live at the 136th edition of the Big Fresno Fair in the Commerce Building with Talk Radio 1680 KGED with my special edition of Business Leaders Live. And I have a business leader sitting next to me, former 40 under 40,
Yes.
Lori King. Talk about a mover and shaker out here at the Big Fresno Fair.
I'm so excited. I'm considered a business leader.
You
Like,
are a business
yes.
leader. You make John Alkire look good, and I know it.
well, it's, it's pretty easy to make him look good, but yes.
Yes, you and Stacy are his right hands, and I think you guys are really, that trio of the three of you are a powerhouse here at the Big Fresno Fair.
We've all had the pleasure of working together for quite a few years, and John hired actually each of us out of college at different fairs, and it just was, the stars aligned when the three of us all ended up here together. And we are, I'd like to say, I agree, we are a good team.
Yeah, it's like a family.
Yes.
It is. And every time fair time comes around, I almost feel like it's reunion time. It's family reunion time. We're going back to our past, and we remember our fair 20 years ago and 15 years ago, 10 years ago, and just it gets bigger and better every time.
Thank you. We like to say, Stacy and I do every single employee orientation during the fair. And when we welcome them to the fair, one of the first things I tell them is, you have just joined the best family in the world. We're the most dysfunctional, but we are the best family. And it really is true. I mean, fair time is a great time because you see people you don't see all year long, and you get to come together and create these memories and put on this amazing show. And then everyone goes their ways, and we come back together a year later.
Pull all back. But it doesn't stop for you guys.
It does
The
not
moment
stop.
it's over, yeah. The moment it's over, it begins again.
It certainly does.
And
But
you
that's
guys,
the fun.
You guys are probably working on 2020 already.
We are.
Yeah, it's going to be good. But we still have a week to go. The final day of the fair is the 14th. A lot of entertainment to be had.
There is so much to do when you come out to the fair. We have everything. We like to say we've got something for everyone from 1 to 101. There's lots of exhibits. We've got great Paul entertainment left. We're closing the fair out with Willie Nelson, which is, it's
Talk
going to
about
be
a classic, yeah.
right. Just he's going to put on a great show, and we're excited to have him out tonight. We've got Paul Anka in the Paul Theater.
Oh.
He's going to sing Sinatra, and he puts on such an amazing show that we're excited to have him out. So
Talk about classic. Paul
Yep.
Anka, and he's going to be in the Paul Theater. I heard some really good tickets still left for Paul, or
There-
at the Paul.
there are some great tickets left for Paul Anka, so you can get those on our website, www.fresnofair.com, or you can come down to the fairgrounds in our box office, and we can help you out there. But there are some nice seats left for Paul Anka, and he puts on just a really great show. He was here a few years ago, and people still say that was one of the best shows that they've seen.
Awesome. Those guys that really worked Vegas and did that, and they know how to put on a show.
They know showbiz.
It never leaves them, and that show business just makes them they shine for years to come. So Paul Anka tonight at the Big Fresno Fair. A lot of entertainment. I was just looking at the lineup, and we're live on Facebook too, so you can join us at Talk Radio 1680 KGD. I know Lori's excited about the Facebook Live.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
She said, I thought we were doing radio. We're on Facebook Live too. Yes.
I would have put on lipstick, but
This one tomorrow on Tuesday, October 8th. This one had me. It was a boogie with the hoodie.
a boogie with the hoodie.
Boogie with the hoodie
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
So
He has some great music. Great music.
Awesome.
He's a younger demographics, younger following, but just some great music. He's East Coast based and
Cool.
kind of breaking out into the West Coast, and we're excited to have him come out.
So this might be the big day to go out and see a boogie. Let me get it right. A boogie with the hoodie.
Yep.
Tomorrow at the Paul Paul Theater, and they can get those tickets by going to FresnoFair.com.
Yep.
And they can be able to get the tickets in the Paul Paul. Wednesday, Newsboys in United.
Newsboys, yes. And they're bringing back one of their heavy hitter band guys. I can't remember his name at this point, but they're bringing him back for the show. And so it is.
Is that Adam?
Yes.
Adam Agee?
Yes.
Adam. Wow.
Yes.
So that's going to be happening Wednesday night at the Big Fresno
night,
Fair.
yeah. And their Newsboys put on such a great show. We've seen them here at the fair once or twice before, but we've also seen them. They've been at the Save Mart Center, and they just have a great show.
Incredible
we're excited.
energy.
Absolutely. They do some really cool production things.
Awesome. So that's Wednesday night at the fair. I mean, every night at the fair leading up till 1 week away, and then it's all gone until the 138th edition.
7th.
No, it's 137 because
Yes.
we're 136.
Yeah.
So 137 was getting a year ahead.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Don't age me that much,
Don't
Lance.
do it that quick. It's coming too fast. But Thursday night, Tower of Power and War.
Can you believe it? It's going
Yeah.
to be a killer show. That one is pretty close to a sellout.
A
So,
sellout already?
if you are interested in that one, I highly recommend getting the tickets quickly for that. But it's going to be a great show. They bring such an energy, and the two bands work so well together, and they really feed off of each other. So
Cool. So you have a chance to see Tower of Power and War Thursday night at the Big Fresno Fair. So you want to jump on that. Ice Cube on Friday night. Wow.
he's
That's
going to be great.
That one's got to be close to being sold out. And then Saturday, you have Bobby Bones and the Raging Idiots.
I am so excited for that show.
A lot of people have
that
been
is like
talking
my
about
whole
that.
world. Like
Yeah.
that's my whole life. The Raging Idiots. That
And you grew up Bobby Bones, right?
I
Yeah,
love
right,
him.
yeah.
It's great. He's just really funny and puts life in perspective for you, and so we're excited for that one.
And that's going to happen on Saturday, and then Sunday is a big day for it's Latino and Hispanic heritage out here at the Big Fresno Fair. So it's Fiesta del Mariachi.
We brought back the mariachis. We had an overwhelming response that people really wanted to see the mariachis again, and so we have the mariachis back. It's a free show. So you can just come to the Paul Paul Theater at any time to watch the amazing performances. And then that evening in the grandstand, we also have a rodeo going on and entertainment in there. So there's
Awesome.
lots to see that evening.
We're going to have to get one of those bulls and also get a mariachi to go join Lucha Extreme, Lucha Libre at the pavilion.
Yes.
Because there's going to be some crazy times over there, too. Last year, and a little partial Lucha Extreme, I bring Lucha Extreme to the fair.
And it's a great show.
There had to be thousands of people that were there even before we started.
Because they're waiting.
Packed.
They're ready.
Bunch of little screaming kids. It was fun to watch.
It's the best.
Mom, grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles all having a good time. Families out there. The Big Fresno Fair brings you quality, fun entertainment in a safe, clean environment. This Big Fresno Fair, to me, truly, every time you look at it, gets a little bit bigger, a little bit better in every aspect. A little bit
Thank
cleaner, a little bit. The areas, the Iron Mountain is beautiful. The tractor tree last year, which is in the Guinness Book, the Ripley's Guinness Book.
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Believe it or not, is there. So to be able to see all these things that are happening at the Big Fresno Fair that you might not know is happening, you got to come out and check it out.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. And the last day, and we mentioned this already, Willie Nelson and family. Willie Nelson, this might be your last opportunity for Willie to come through Fresno.
It really could. I mean, my
Yeah.
prayers every night, I just say, make sure Willie's okay for our concert.
Make sure he gets here. Willie's doing great. I think everybody worries about Willie because he's been out there for such a long time, but Willie is just still keeps
plugging
trucking.
along.
He keeps going along. So it's going to be awesome to have him here on the 14th, on Monday the 14th at the Big Fresno Fair. What is your favorite time, Lori King, at the Big Fresno Fair? It's when it's over.
It's not when it's over.
It's not when it's over. But what is your favorite time at the fair?
So, I think I probably have two things. And one of the things that I think that is very unique about our fair is the community engagement and the community involvement from all of the different programs that we have. And one of the ones that I am the most proud of, we debuted this year with our Fill the Need Day, where Thursday, October 10th, people can come to the fair, and it's a $4 admission. So it's the deepest discount that we have. It's just $4 to come to the fair. And we're going to take 2 of those $4, and it's going to go straight back to Valley Children's Hospital and help kids get the health care that they need. And
is that on a certain day? So
it's on Thursday, October the 10th.
This coming Thursday.
This coming Thursday. So we've been very fortunate to partner with Valley Children's, and Valley Children's and the Big Fresno Fair we're in the same business. We want healthy, happy, energetic, lively kids.
Yeah.
And it's a natural partnership for us. And it's just a way that, the fair and our community can give back to this treasure that we have in the Valley. In addition to what we get to do at the hospital tomorrow, we actually take the fair to the hospital. And so we take out entertainers and staff, and we take out 4 van loads of people, and we get to go room to room, and we bring cheer to the kids.
That is amazing.
And
that is really, really nice.
We lift up the parents. When you think about it, if you've unfortunately ever had your child there, I mean,
I've been there.
It's so stressful, and so we give them a little bit of a normal day, and we take the fair to them, and then we do a big show in the Guilds Hall. And so our entertainers put together this great show. Our carnival gives every kid a stuffed animal. This year we're actually honoring nurses, and we're taking cotton candy to all of the nurses. So it's just
so
a day.
Amazing.
It's a day for us to remember, we are the community's fair, and we're very proud of the fact that we're ingrained in our community, from things like the Fill the Need Day to our Feed the Need Day, where you bring food, and all of that food this year is going to the Poverillo House. And we do our Fresno State food drive, and
the pantry.
Yeah,
and
the
my
student
daughter had
cupboard.
won some tickets by going and contributing food to the pantry.
That's awesome.
With Mary Castro and Fresno
in the red
State.
light. Yeah,
wow.
It's just we're very proud of the community, and really Fresno is such a melting pot, and we are so diverse, and there are things that hit each person, and so we want to make sure that, like I said, we have something for everyone here.
Let me ask you, and under the leadership, I know Alcar plays a big role, but under his leadership and Stacy and yourself, Lori, where does that come from, the community aspect of what your involvement to the community, giving back to the community? Not only, I know you have to live and die by the dollar that the fair brings in, because you do not get state subsidies. The fair covers everything that the fair brings to you. So you have to run it truly like a business.
We are a business. The money we make is the money we spend. There's no big brother making sure that we can pay our bills at the end of the day.
So you survive that way. Where does the community aspect, the giving back, being a part of the community, where does that start with John as his leadership with you guys?
I really think it starts with our entire management team and really our core team. We've got a lot of seasoned veterans on our team, and a lot of people who have spent a lot of their career in this valley. And, it's just, you're only as good as the community you're in. And this community is amazing, and they have supported our fair, through lots of different things, and they've supported us through changes, and we're very proud of the fact that we are in this community and that we represent each person of Fresno County.
And you want to be just as much as the community is a part of the fair, you want to be a part of the community.
Absolutely. It's so important that we are, because we don't want to just be a facility here that you come to once a year. I mean, we really are the community's facility. We do 300 events a year, from baptisms to quinceañeras to wedding receptions, funerals. I mean, we have everything out here. We have people who got married out at the fairgrounds 50 years ago and had their anniversary party a few years ago. So it's just we're here for them, and we're not going anywhere.
So when the fair's over on the 14th, we were talking about on the 15th it starts, you're getting ready for next year. But throughout that year, and I had Taylor on the show, and she
Yes.
was talking about her job's year round
Yep.
with the buildings and everything going on, and you had that job here at the fair
I
at one
did
time.
yes, briefly.
Yeah. So you know that it never stops. There's always something going. And that's what we're talking about, the buildings and the space to rent. And I think a lot of people sometimes forget that the Big Fresno Fair Fairgrounds is 24/7, and you have an opportunity to hold your special event out here.
We like to say we'll try anything once.
So
But yeah, I mean,
you've done it all, I'm sure.
Yeah, we've done concerts to inflatable 5Ks we do an amazing event out here for Kentucky Derby with the La Felice Guild, and they, all the proceeds go back to the Children's Hospital. We've had concerts. I mean, you name it, we'll try it.
Lori, I always like to hit on, because the horse racing is a big thing with the fairs, and this fair does it right. They do it right, and they really take care of, I talk about the athletes, not only being the jockeys, but the horses. They do an incredible job here at the Big Fresno Fair. Unfortunately, these 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, there's no horse racing going on.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
And Wednesday.
Yeah,
But
so
Thursday, you're back.
Yeah, so we're back on Thursday, and we will race Thursday through Monday. So our bonus day, our 13th day, Monday the 14th, the reason why we have that is because it is a holiday. It's Columbus Day, and we race on all holidays. So that's why our fair extends every 5 years or so.
Got it.
Because Columbus Day falls outside of the fair. But yeah, so we'll have horse racing back for Thursday through Monday. It's, hoof pounding action only in Fresno. In the Central Valley, we are the only place that you can find live horse racing. And it is, you talked about the athletes. I mean, those horses are just an athlete. They are beautiful, and they are so well cared for. And, we have a great relationship with our owners and our trainers, and they love their animals. They're a part of their daily life. And we've got over 300 horses here right now. And, racing has been really solid for the first week of the fair, and we're looking forward to some really big races. Next week, we've got our Bulldog Stakes on Sunday, October 13th, where if you wear red, you can put your name in to win a 50-1 bet on whichever horse you think may win. So, I mean,
that's the Bulldog Stakes.
That's the Bulldog Stakes, yeah.
That's the second to the last day, so that's coming up
Sunday
this
the
Sunday.
13th.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we've got really full race cards, lots of horses out, and we're enjoying the beautiful sport that, these athletes, these horses, and these jockeys put on for us.
And I tell people all the time, it's becoming rarer and rarer to see horse racing fairs either are not carrying anymore, and through time it's tougher to put on the races. And the Big Fresno Fair really takes pride in making sure that they have a great experience with horse racing. And one of the biggest things I leave as a void, I get so busy with media every year, I don't make it out to the races. I get so sad at the end that I wanted to go.
It's the hardest thing. We usually make it out for the Bulldog Stakes, and that's usually the one race I get to see. Yeah,
I'd love to be out there every day because it's just so fun. Even if you're not betting, just to be there with the energy.
Just to watch the beauty of the horses too. I mean, they really are athletes. I mean, they're amazing to watch them run.
Yep. So the energy for the crowd too. If you've never been to horse racing, it's pretty powerful. And I tell people all the time, take a chance to come down to the Big Fresno Fair. If you've never been, it's right here in your backyard. So come down to the Big Fresno Fair. Racing starts again on Thursday, and it runs through Monday the 14th.
It does. Our post time is at 1:15 daily. We open the grandstand an hour before, so 12:15. It is amazing. Fresno horse racing it's a religion.
Yeah.
It really is. People come out and they support it and they love it.
They love it, yeah.
We love being able to provide it to them, and we've got some wonderful partners who help us to do that.
I noticed when I was over there, because I went over now, I made sure I was going to get over there a couple days. I made sure this radio show was going to come to you live from 11:30 to 12:30 so I could go over and check out horse racing.
Yes, that's perfect.
I had the handicapper on here. Rodriguez is talking about his picks, and I wanted to make sure that I got a chance to go over and play and be able to just watch and get a little bit of nostalgia. My uncle was a quarter horse jockey back in the day, Danny Cardoza, and world famous quarter horse jockey. So I get a little bit of my whole family.
He was a little shorter than you, right?
He's a short little guy.
Yeah, you gotta be.
My uncle, and I'm going to say this, uncle, right now, that one day he was showing me his boots, and he had pink lining inside his boots. Uncle, why do you have pink lining boots? He goes, I got an order from the little girl section at the boot barn. So, you remember?
That's awesome.
And he goes, it's frustrating, but I got pretty cool boots, so. So he's got all the pretty boots.
There you go.
But yeah, he's a little bitty guy, and my dad wasn't very big. I don't know. I'm an oddity in the family. My sisters are all short, but yeah, I got all the height because mom's not too tall either.
Took it from everybody.
Yeah, but I love to go there. I have that flash from the past, little nostalgia, and we all do with something at the Big Fresno Fair. So I tell people all the time, come find your nostalgia. Come find what that triggers the smell of the corn dog or the cinnamon rolls.
We're in the
Country
business
Fair.
of making memories.
Yeah.
We really are. And that's the very best thing about what we get to do. You get to come out to the fair, forget about whatever is happening in your life, and just, take it in and enjoy and take a minute to breathe and just focus on what's fun.
Yeah, escape the day's realities and come out and enjoy it. Lori, what do you see in the future here with the Big Fresno Fair? I know next year is a big, big year that's coming. What do you see coming that you're very excited about?
I just see us continuing to get a little bigger and a little bit better. We are always looking at, different educational exhibits. We're always looking at things that we can do, differently with our exhibits, from our livestock to our home arts to all of that. So, we're constantly making changes. We want to make sure that people know that, it's not the same fair every year. We've got something new every single year. So, I look forward to that. Lots of things happening in the museum we've got some new communities coming in, and just, everything is ever changing.
And I'd love to scratch on that. We've got about a minute left here, but the museum is really, talk about another crown jewel, a beautiful museum next to the Paul Theater. Behind the Paul Theater is the Big Fresno Fair Museum. So a lot of nostalgia in that building, but the other building for Fresno County is amazing.
So we have two museums. Our Big Fresno Fair Museum is right behind the theater, and there's over 5,000 artifacts that represent the Big Fresno Fair and who we are and what makes us special. And then you go across the way, and there is the Fresno County Historical Museum, and it is a representation of this amazingly diverse community that we get to live in.
Yeah,
and
it's amazing. I saw a picture upstairs where they have the courthouse, and it had little cups around a fountain. I was like, what are the cups? And they go, well, that's where they used to get a drink from the fountain. That's the way it was back then. So, God forbid we would do that today.
Right? Too many germs.
Yes. Welcome to the Big Fresno Fair. You got to come out. That's all the time we have. Lori King with the Big Fresno Fair, Lance Cardoza bringing you Business Leaders Live from the Commerce Building. We'll be back here live at 11:30 a.m. in the Commerce Building here on Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Facebook, for joining us. We'll be back here live tomorrow at 11:30 right here in the Commerce Building with the Big Fresno Fair. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. All right, we'll see you guys later. And Jose or someone there back at the studio, you can take us off Facebook Live. Bye, Facebook. Make sure you get your tickets to Paul Anka. There's still some tickets left here tonight where he sings Sinatra.